This conference will now be recorded.
One more thing, in case anyone from you already attended the demo session, so 80% will be the same and 20% will be the delta. Now, so I'm going to start from very beginning. So wait for a second, guys. Okay. So guys, I'm going to start from my introduction. So first, as most of you know, my name is Atul Singh. I'm from Delhi NCR. I'm having more than 16 years of experience in IT industry. And since last 10 years, I'm working on Microsoft Azure cloud computing, and this type of training and certification I'm providing since last 6 years. So far, I have trained more than 1,800 candidates across the globe. During the initial time, most of the candidates were from the south part of India, like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai location. Either they're from that location or working somewhere else outside India, but they were that location. But nowadays, huge volume is coming from the north part of India, even from other countries also. Every month we are starting a new batch. Normally the batch size will depend on the month to month. Sometimes it's a 9, sometimes it goes up to 30 also. If there's some corporate batches or the colleges batches, over there the number can go up to 60 or 70 also. Okay. Now, so currently I'm working with a company named E&Y, Ernst and Young, so a big four company, UK based firm. Prior to the E&Y, I was part of Accenture, and I started my career from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, worked in Malaysia and Singapore for a long time, and in 2007 I returned back to India and joined the company Azure. From Azure I moved to from SCL I moved to Microsoft Skype. So in Microsoft Skype I was working as a virtual employee for 1.5 years. I was part of Microsoft Skype team, but as a virtual employee, and currently working with the company name is E&Y. So this is about me. And now, as is for the Microsoft Azure cloud computing, so different people have the different view on the cloud computing. Even if I'm going to ask this question, what is cloud computing? Here, most of you will, 90% people will have the different view. So one question is, what is cloud computing? So if most of the people are saying cloud computing is the data center, is related to server, online server or virtual server, data center, software, technology or something else. But the fact is cloud computing is not a technology, it's not a server, it's not a data center. Cloud computing is just concept. And as for the concept of cloud computing, in cloud computing, it is going to deliver your computing services over the internet. It's a totally virtual platform here. It will be totally virtual platform. In this, whatever the products are going to support the public cloud computing, in public cloud computing, you guys can deliver your services over the internet. In this deck, you can see that two sides, left and right side. Left side is showing you what exactly you guys can do in on-premise ecosystem. It may be in on-premise data center, in on-premise private cloud. So in on-premise data center or in on-premise private cloud, most of the things are available on a physical environment. I'm not saying 100%, but yeah, most of the things are available on a physical environment. For example, if I'm taking example of TCL, Tata Communication Limited. So what exactly they are doing? Tata Communication Limited is private cloud. They are providing the physical network. They have the physical storage. They have the physical server. They are using Active Directory, Exchange, File Server, .NET, Java, PHP, Oracle, SQL, MySQL, and many more. So all the companies who are not in public cloud computing, most of the companies are playing major role or major activity with the physical ecosystem. But in public cloud computing, if you are moving with the public cloud computing or your company is moving with the public cloud computing, here in public cloud computing, most of the things are available on a virtual environment that you cannot touch. You can do whatever you want. Even it's a much advanced than the on-premise ecosystem, but most of the things will be available on a virtual environment for we people. That's why here I written cloud computing is just a concept. As per the concept of cloud computing is cloud computing is delivering your computing services over the internet. Means whatever the services you want to deliver, maybe you are planning to create a network, you are planning to create application, you are planning to deploy application, you are planning to create a VM, you are planning to create database, IoT or something else. Everything you guys can deliver over the internet. Now, before moving ahead, everyone please go on mute. Whenever you have any question, then only unmute. Uh, uh, Before moving ahead, just wanted to tell you how exactly it came into picture. So during the 90s, there was major two projects were running in research. One was public internet and the second was web browser. 1991, web browser as well as the public internet launched worldwide. If I'm talking about India, so in India, guys, public internet was launched on 15th August 1995 by a company named is VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. After the launching of public internet, it became very popular. Lots of organizations, institutions, people, professionals talking about that time that in future things will run over the internet, and that time it will be called the web 2.0, means everything will be available over the web, and that will be the next generation of the web. And this concept was first realized by a company called the Amazon. What Amazon did in 2006, Amazon launched its own version of the public cloud computing. So first public cloud computing provider is Amazon's AWS, launched in 2006. After launching of it, it became very popular, and 100% of the market share was inclined with the same company
Hello,
region.
hello,
There's no
hello.
region, there was no competitor available in market. So guys, there was a single player available. 100% market was inclined with them only. One more important thing, initially when AWS started, it
Hello, Atul.
started.
I do not listen your voice. Please check your microphone.
uh Guys, you can hear me? All of you can hear me or not?
Yeah, you can. We can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, you are
Yeah,
properly
yes,
audible.
Atul. Yeah,
Okay,
properly.
1 second. Please rejoin the call.
Yes, audible, audible. Yes.
1 second,
Audible.
guys. So guys, if anyone feel uh, you're not able to hear me, means it's not from my side, you have to rejoin the call. Okay. So this is a dedicated machine I'm using. It's a highly, configurable. I mean, it's a totally optimized one. So you'll get the better performance from our side. So now, in 2006, when AWS launched, they started their journey with the public infrastructure. Initially, AWS was providing the public infrastructure, and lots of organizations, those were interested to move with the cloud computing, they adopted it, and 100% market was inclined with the same. The region, there was no competitor available. In 2008, Microsoft only announced, guys, that they are also going to participate the race of cloud computing. And finally, in 2010, Microsoft also launched its own version of the public cloud computing. That time, it was called the Windows Azure. Nowadays, what is available in market is not Windows Azure. It's a Microsoft Azure. But in 2010, when initially it was launched, it was called as the Windows Azure. So exactly the battle of cloud computing started after 2010 only, and in 2010 it was launched as the beta version. Even that time it was not mature. From 2010 to 2014, Microsoft was struggling. It was not easy. Journey of Microsoft was not easy. But after 2014, when Satya Nadella became the CEO of the company, he also from the same background. So Microsoft invested billions of dollars. They hired lots of professionals from across the globe, and because of the offerings, because of the marketing, because of the other, tie-up and other activities, Microsoft Azure cloud computing also became very popular. Nowadays, in current situation, if you're asking, we have lots of providers available in market. Some providers are working in public cloud computing, others are working in private cloud computing, public and private. One more thing, in 2014, what Microsoft did, Microsoft changed the brand name. Earlier, it was called as the Windows Azure. So it was just a sentiment in market that Azure is related to Windows ecosystem. Normally, a person who is from non-Windows background, they were not much interested with it. So because of it, what Microsoft did, Microsoft changed the portal, they changed the brand name also. So earlier it was called the Windows Azure, but from 2014, it's called the Microsoft Azure. As I told you, we have lots of public cloud computing provider, public as well as private cloud computing providers available in market, but the main competition is between two companies. Everyone, please go on mute. One is the Microsoft Azure, second is Amazon AWS. Divakar, please go on mute. One second, guys. Okay, perfect. So guys, the main competition is between two companies. One is the Microsoft Azure and second is Amazon AWS. There are several other companies like IBM Cloud, Google Cloud. Earlier, IBM Cloud was called as the Bluemix. Nowadays, it's called the IBM Cloud, Google GCP, Oracle, Fujitsu, Alibaba, VMware. There are lots of providers available in market, but the main competition is between these two companies. Again, question is, whenever I'm saying the main competition is between these two companies, so normally people are asking which one is better, Microsoft Azure is better or Amazon AWS is better. So guys, the very simple and straightforward answer to it is there is no single parameter to judge which one is better. One more thing, these are the company or these are just a brand. For we people, these are not our relatives. So we are not going to, I mean, hope you understand. These companies are doing their business. Both companies are claiming. Microsoft is claiming they are number one. Similarly, AWS is also claiming they are number one. Similar like the Hindi news channels or all the news channels are claiming they are number one. That is true also. Uh, they are number one for different program, different time slots. Similarly, here also there is no single parameter to judge either Microsoft Azure is better or Amazon AWS is better. If I'm talking about IT companies, so IT companies are preferring a person who can work on the multi-cloud. Means if you can work with the AWS, same time you can work with Microsoft Azure cloud computing, definitely you will get more weightage, more advantage you people will get. But I would suggest you to learn both. You'll get more advantage. As both companies are claiming they are number one. So I have created a deck for this. Based on it, you can decide. I'm not saying which one is better. Both are really ultimate. Maybe in one project, Amazon AWS will be used. In another project, Microsoft Azure will be used. Maybe in some of the condition in the same project, multiple clouds are being used. So guys, for IT companies, it's the same. Whether you are from AWS background, you are going to learn Azure or you're going to learn AWS, both are same for them. They will give you a test. One more thing, if I'm talking about the PaaS capabilities, platform as a service capabilities, so here Microsoft is leading. Region, Microsoft is a very old company in IT. They already have lots of technology, lots of products available. So what they did, they already migrated their lots of products from on-premise to public cloud ecosystem. And because of their offerings, they are number one in terms of the PaaS capability. Now, second is the Windows infrastructure. So as Windows is Microsoft own product, so if you are interested with the Windows infrastructure, that will be better for you. Over there, they are leading. Even Microsoft as well as the other cloud providers are providing Linux as well as the Windows ecosystem. But guys, that's totally up to you whether you are more interested with the Windows or with the Linux. Whatever you want, you can go with it. Here, if you're going to provide any solution with the Windows ecosystem, that will be better with the Microsoft. That's more inclined with the Microsoft, even that will be cheaper also. Now, SaaS capabilities, software as a service capabilities wise, again, Microsoft is leading. Revenue wise, yearly YOY growth and revenue wise, again, Microsoft is leading. Number of services offered, Microsoft is offering more number of services. And in terms of the Windows security, they are number one. Plus, if I'm talking about AWS, so guys, AWS is very first public cloud computing provider, and they are number one in terms of the Linux infrastructure. Region, they started with the infrastructure, especially they offered, initially they were offer only infrastructure service, so they are leading. Lots of big organization or the organization, they adopted the public cloud computing during the initial days, they are mainly using AWS. If I'm talking about the market share wise, so initially AWS started its journey with the 100% market share, but every year they are losing their market base. I'm not saying they are not growing, they are growing, but they're losing their market base. So earlier it was 100%, but nowadays it's less than 40%. While Azure started its journey with the 0%, and nowadays this is more than 30 plus percent. As per the prediction by Gartner, this is not my prediction. Before 2025, Microsoft is going to lead in this sector also. Now coming back to the data center, so that is depend on year to year. So guys, Even whatever the statement today I'm giving you, maybe after 1 month, it may not be valid. The reason, there are lots of changes already going on. So here, data center wise, number of data center, in some years Microsoft is leading, sometimes AWS is leading. In current situation, AWS is having more data centers, slightly more, not much difference. Now the last one is the Linux security wise, AWS is number one. So these are the some of the metrics. Based on these metrics, you can compare whether you want to go with the Azure or you want to go with the AWS. And these are not the final metrics. These are some of the metrics. Based on these, you can decide whether AWS is better or Amazon AWS or Azure. Remember, there's no single parameter to judge. For IT companies, both are same. You are professional. You're not going to make a tie-up with these company. You're going to work with the IT company. So for you guys, both are same. Even I'm working since long time. So for me, it doesn't matter whether it's the Amazon AWS or Microsoft Azure. Now, uh, types of cloud computing. So guys, in market we have three different type of cloud available. One is the public cloud computing, second is the private cloud, and the third is the hybrid cloud. So there are three type of cloud ecosystem available. If I'm talking about the public cloud computing, so and or private or cloud. So example of the public cloud computing is Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, Google GCP. Private cloud providers like CFI, AT&T, Tata Communication Limited, which is called the TCL. Product name is TCL. Hybrid mean in the same project, if you're going to use the both ecosystem, that will be a hybrid solution. Whether you're going to use the public, private, or you're going to use hybrid solution, everywhere there will be some pros and cons. So if I'm going to use, suppose you are going to use the public cloud computing in your project, so there'll be some good and bad part. The good part means the pros will be it's a very simple and user friendly. Why? The reason is in public cloud computing, companies are providing the user interface, and if you have done practically everything you have done practically, it will be easy for you to provision your ecosystem. One more thing, it's a very much flexible. According to your need, you can tweak it. In terms of the performance, it will give you high performance. Here, the average speed of the internet will be in Gbps. So minimum, average I can say minimum 400 Mbps. Maximum it can go up to 10 Gbps, depending on what exactly ecosystem you're going to build. Minimum 400, maximum 10 Gbps. Average of the speed of the internet will be in Gbps, maybe 1.5 Gbps, 2 Gbps, or 3 Gbps. One more thing, in public cloud computing, in case you're looking for a server, suppose I'm looking for a machine, so minimum you can go with half GB RAM, maximum you can go up to 4 terabyte, although it's a 3.75 TB, but I would say up to 4 terabyte RAM. If I'm talking about the CPU, so in one machine you can attach up to 128 CPU with the premium hard disk. And here you have two options. In case you are going to do anything, you can do it manually, or you can achieve the same thing through automation. Directly, you cannot start with automation. The region it will not be easy for you to relate or compare what code you should write. So normally what people are doing, people are learning first manually, and after that they are doing the same activity through automation. We are covering both manual plus automation. Now, next is the pay as you go model. So here there's no upfront charges. In advance, you no need to invest single rupees. Just use, and after 1 month you have to pay. That's why it's called the pay as you go model. And you guys can access the public cloud computing from anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. If you're from Siberia, you are from your rural area, you're in your village, from there also you can access it. But the bad part with it is, if you don't have the connectivity, if you don't have the internet connectivity, then you cannot use anything. So internet connectivity is compulsory for the public cloud computing. Plus, if you haven't designed your solution properly, then you may face more cyber attack. So guys, public cloud computing as is a very simple and user friendly. So what normally people are doing, people are purchasing the video in 500 rupees and they're claiming that they can work on. And what they are doing, they are just going click 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 and a machine will be ready, and after some time it will be hacked. Reason, this is public environment, it will be public environment. So if you haven't designed your solution properly, you may face more attacks. So these are the cons. Now, attacks are possible in public and private anywhere, but it will depend on your solutioning part. Normally, what I said, normally what people are doing, people are claiming I can work with the cloud computing, just purchasing the video in 500 rupees and they're claiming. So you should know how to design your solution. So solutioning is very important. Now, private cloud. So guys, in private cloud, the good part is you will get more control over the data. Here, as it's a physical ecosystem, you people will get more control according to the requirement. You can customize it. Easy customization is possible and more data integrity. And the poor part with the private cloud is cost of installation and maintenance is very higher. In this condition, suppose if I have to set up a private cloud, what I have to do? I have to invest maybe millions or billions of dollars in upfront, and suppose after some time I decided to shut down the business, then it will be complete loss. Now, scalability sometimes not possible, sometimes it will not be easy. To maintain the private cloud, we need more and more people, we need more workforce. And because of all these reasons, what end customers are doing nowadays, end customers are preferring to go with the public cloud computing. Here you people will get better feature, better integrity, better performance, and low cost. Low cost means initially you don't need to invest single rupees, just pay after the use. If you don't want to use, no need to pay anything, but here you have to pay. Third is hybrid cloud. So in hybrid cloud, whatever the best feature you feel that is in public or in private that you can use here, and you guys can tweak according to your requirements. It's very much flexible according to need. You can customize it, and this is sometimes it is most cost effective model. Why? Lots of time what people are doing, people are looking for the cheapest services. So whatever the service you feel that is cheaper in private, that you can pick from there, and whatever you feel that is not available in private or that is cheaper in public cloud computing, that you can choose from there, so that you can make it more cost effective model. But the problem with the hybrid cloud is it requires more monitoring, and if you're going to add more monitoring and more maintenance, and if you're going to customize this too much, that it may go more costly also. So everywhere, whether your company is using public cloud, private cloud, or hybrid cloud, everywhere there'll be some pros and cons. And all three are being used in industry in real-time situation. All three are being used as of now. In case anyone have any question, guys, please unmute and ask your question. If no, then I'm moving ahead.
I have one question.
Please.
Yeah. Can we say the private cloud is nothing but on-premises system?
Okay, one second. Let me show you something. So guys, one second. Noida data center. So what companies are doing? Lots of companies like CFI. See, there are three things. One, lots of companies, maybe smaller company or bigger company, what they are doing, they have their own data center in company. Suppose I'm just taking example of Dabur India Limited or Patanjali. So they also have their data center. Maybe it's small, but they have. So data center in a company is one thing, and the private cloud is something different. So normally in private cloud, what companies are doing? There will be a company, there will be an entity. In this entity, thousands of companies are meeting their data center. Suppose I'm just taking example of Dabur. So for Dabur, there's two options, three options. Well, option number one, suppose I'm the owner of Dabur or I'm heading the Dabur. So I have three options. Option number one, I can set up my own data center in my company. But if I'm going to set up my data center, I have to invest millions of dollars. Maybe small. If it is small, still I have to invest millions of dollars. I have to hire lots of employees to maintain. I need regular monitoring. I need a bigger team, and lots of headache. Even I have to hire HR to. I mean, there are lots of direct and indirect cost. So what this is one option. Second option is what companies are doing. Companies are using private cloud. So just example, Tata Communication Limited, the product name is TCL. Tata Communication Limited is also running its own cloud, which is called the TCL. So what option number two, what you can do, just go and just take the same services, whatever you're planning in your company, don't build in your company, just take the services from TCL. So what TCL will do, TCL will provide these type of services to thousands of companies like Green Lamp Industries, Greenply, Haldiram, and many more. So that is the private cloud. So in private cloud, that is the shared ecosystem. That is the private shared ecosystem for companies. The third option is you can go with the public cloud computing. So in public cloud computing, individual can take the services as well as the corporates also. Suppose I'm from Dabur, so I can subscribe the same thing whatever I was planning in my company or in private ecosystem. I mean that same thing I can subscribe in Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. Or if you are individual, you also can do the same. So, but here in private cloud, you people will get less feature, more control, but very less feature. And if I'm talking about public cloud computing, you people will get less control, but lots of feature, huge features. Now, in India, as of now, we have hundreds of private cloud provider, hundreds of private cloud provider. Even in Delhi NCR, we have more than 20 private cloud providers like Yota. This is a company, guys. Yota, CFI, TCL. Let me show you something. So just see the news channel, news. Sorry, not image, news. So see here, Yota. Okay, they have multiple data center. Okay, and CFI, Adani Group, Tata Communication Limited, Hiranandani, and 13 other companies. So even in 2020-21, more than 30 new companies invested billions of dollars, around $3 billion they invested in Noida location in expressway. So guys, in Delhi NCR, we have more than 20 private cloud providers, maybe small or bigger, but we have. Before 2025, it's just assumption that before 2025 in India we'll have few hundred private cloud providers. So I'm not saying the in public cloud if you're moving with the public cloud computing, it doesn't mean that private will not be in the picture. Public and private both will be in the picture at the same time. Lots of companies are using public cloud and some other companies are using private also. So both will be available at the same time in the market. Now, a big confusion in people is whether I should go with the public cloud computing or not. I should learn Azure or not, especially Azure. So guys, for this purpose, I have created few decks. One, based on this, you can decide. So if any one of you from the support background, maybe L1, L2 or L3 support, you're working as a storage admin, you're working as a desktop engineer, you're working as a network engineer, or you are working as a network admin, Windows VMware, SCCM, SAP for HANA, SharePoint, Office 365 or Dynamics 365. So if any one of you from all these background, you guys can move with the public cloud computing with Microsoft Azure. Now, second, if anyone from support, maybe L1, L2 or L3 support. So lots of people are asking, what is the use of the support here? So guys, Microsoft is working with more than 1400 cloud partners across the globe. In India, they have more than 50, 60 or more than hundreds of partners available. Example, SCL, TCS, Wipro, Accenture, Mindtree. These are the Microsoft partner companies, cloud partners companies. So whenever any end customers are facing any issue, maybe it's a technical or non-technical issue, what they're doing, they are raising the ticket. The same ticket will be assigned to you guys. You have to resolve it. So, and you will not be Microsoft permanent employee, you will be vendor employee. But lots of people, thousands of people are working in India for Microsoft as a vendor employee. So if you're from L1, L2 or L3 support, there's a huge opportunity for you guys also in Microsoft Azure. One more thing, if you're from Citrix background, you're working as a DBA, you're working as a developer, or you're from basis module, SAP basis module, not from other modules. So if you're from SAP background, especially you're from SAP basis module, you guys also can plan to go with the Microsoft Azure. One more thing, scope for students. So if anyone who completes a master's or a BTech and in data science, computer science, cyber security, or BTech from mechanical, electronic communication, computer science, or IT, you guys also can plan to go with it. One more thing, if anyone who is from arts background or non or science background but non IT, So for these guys also, Microsoft is offering a very popular service which is called the AML. AML. So this is for them. So if you have completed your MPhil, PhD, MS, MSc in data science, so for you guys also there is a huge scope here. So normally person who is from this background, they're working as a data scientist. Now again here, learning path. So guys, lots of people don't know, they are calling me directly and they're saying, hey, I'm planning to learn the entire cloud computing. So guys, first, just wanted to clear, you cannot learn everything. I'm working since last 10 years, but I can't claim that I'm working. I know everything. I don't know. What Microsoft did, this is just like the river. In the river, lots of waters are flowing. In case you're thirsty, you want to get some water, just go and get some water. You cannot fish all the water in the river. So similarly, here we have thousands of things available. You cannot complete everything. Keeping this situation in mind, what Microsoft did, Microsoft created some learning path. So the first learning path is for the admin. There are multiple learning paths, but 90% cases people are focusing on these three. So the first learning path is for the admin. So if you are from admin background or you are interested towards the administration side, then this is the first learning path. In this first learning path, you have to clear two papers. The first paper is 900, AZ 900, which is called the Azure Fundamental. This is optional paper. Optional paper means if you already have cleared any historical paper in past, then this will be optional. Otherwise, you can clear these two paper directly. If you're going to start with the AZ 104, somewhere you feel you're lacking somewhere. There will be something missing. So you have to start with the 900, then 104. If you already have cleared any historical paper, then directly you can start with the AZ 104. So the first paper will be fundamental, second will be AZ 104, and once you are going to clear this paper, you will be certified as a Microsoft certified Azure admin. In future, if you feel you want to be the part of DevOps team, then you have to clear one more paper. Here we have the AZ 400, and after it, you will be certified as the Microsoft certified Azure DevOps engineer. One more thing, DevOps. If I'm talking about the DevOps, so if you're from development background or you're from operation background, anyone can plan. So guys, if you're from admin background, you can later on you can plan with the Azure DevOps also. Now the second learning part is for the developer. So if anyone who is from development background, so for them also AZ 900 is the optional paper. If you already have cleared any historical paper, then you can skip. Otherwise, you should go with it. Second paper is 204, AZ 204. After that, you'll be certified as a Microsoft certified Azure developer. Again, for developers also, in case they want to be the part of DevOps team, they have to clear AZ 400. This is optional, not mandatory. AZ 400. Now, the third learning path is for the architect. So in market, there are two types of architects available. One is working as the operation architect. Second person who is working as a solution architect. Normally, lots of companies are just giving the designation. I'm not talking about these type of companies. For example, Azure Technology Limited. They are not paying good salary. They are giving better position. So I'm not talking about these type of companies, but normally in industry, there are two type of architects available: operation architect and solution architect. Normally, operation architects they are from admin background. Means if you already have cleared these paper, or you have 10 years of experience, 10 plus of experience, you already have cleared these paper, then normally what people are doing, people are focusing on the operation architect. A person who is from development background, they are also appearing as the architect. So there are multiple papers available, like 303 and 304. Recently, Microsoft is changing the paper also. That will be called the 305. So here there will be some content related to development and other content related to operations. So anyone can plan. So if you're from development background, you already have cleared this paper, or you're from admin background, you already have cleared this paper, then you can start with it. Or in past maybe you have cleared any architect paper like 535 535 or any historical paper, then directly you can start. Okay, now as of now, in case anyone have any question, you can unmute and ask your question.
I have one question here.
Yeah,
What is the main difference between the Azure architecture technology and Azure architect design? I mean, what kind of a difference in terms of
okay,
the work
okay.
or
So Okay, coming. So here there are two things. In first, there will be more implementation, and in second, more solutioning. So guys, implementation is one thing, and solutioning is something different. I will show you. I will show you. Just give me 10 minutes. I will show you what's the difference. So normally, whenever someone is going to learn, there are two techniques. Some people are learning just steps. The second people is learning steps plus solutioning, how to design the solution, working. See, if you're going to implement something, that is not a rocket science. But if you're going to design something, if you're going to implement something, through proper solution, proper designing, that will be an actual solution. So implementation is one thing, and proper implementation with proper design is second thing. That's why initially I told you, normally people are calling me, they are saying, lots of people who are fresher, having 1 2 3 4 experience, they're asking me that, hey, I'm planning to go as a solution architect. Do you think it's feasible for them? Answer is almost no. For them, reason is, for the architect, normally a person who is having good exposure in industry, already have, you have, maybe you're from ops background or you're from development background. Normally people have 10 plus of experience, they are appearing as an architect. And in this case, two things are mandatory. One is the implementation. You should be very good in implementation. Second, you should be very good in solution designing, architecture designing part. So in designing part, you have to more focus towards the solutioning, architecting, and in second, you have to more focus towards the implementation. Even there are two part also. One, implementation related to operations. Second, implementation related to code. So that's why I said, in case you feel you are from development background or you are from ops background, accordingly you have to focus. Directly, I will not suggest. Suppose you are new to the cloud computing, I will never suggest you to directly start with these two paper. See, clearing paper is one thing. Even if you want, without doing anything, I can help you to clear the paper. But I will not suggest. Just go with the proper implementation. Go with the proper channel. In case you want to get the real advantage. Now, so why companies are considering cloud computing? Nowadays, suddenly you can see almost all the companies are using cloud computing. Smaller, intermediate, and bigger companies are using cloud computing. So majorly there are three regions. There are lots of regions, but major three regions. One is the speed. So in public cloud computing, if you have designed your solution properly, you people will get better performance, better speed. So as I told you, here you can design a machine or server with the maximum 128 CPU, with the 4 terabyte of RAM, with the premium hard disk, and with the Gbps internet connectivity. So here performance will be very higher. Plus scalability is very easy. Here scalability, horizontal and vertical, both type of scalability is possible here. Just give me 1 second. So here guys, I was talking about the scalability. So in industry, we have two type of scalability available, horizontal and vertical. Just for example, you see here, suppose this is one of my machine. It can be a machine, or it can be a VM, or it can be platform. It can be anything, guys. But just for the time being, I'm going to give example through a VM. Suppose guys, I have a VM or I have a platform. Now on top of this VM or on top of this platform, I'm running an e-commerce application. So see here, this is my VM. I'm running an e-commerce application. Today is Sunday in India, and what I'm planning to start a promotion on this VM. So normally what happens during the promotion time, we are receiving huge request from the end customer. So if we are receiving huge request, so what will happen? The same server will not be, it may not respond properly. So what you can do, you can implement scalability. So as I told you, we have two types of scalability. One is called the horizontal scalability, and the second is called the vertical scalability. So you have two options. Option number one, this is called the vertical scalability. So suppose guys, as of now, the size of the machine was 8 CPU, 16 GB RAM, and SSD. Okay, now during the promotion period, if you have rough figure that how many people are going to access it, then what you can do, you can increase the capacity of the same server. Suppose you have one server or you have two server. So what you can do, you can increase the capacity. So if you're going to increase the capacity of the same servers, then it will be called as the vertical scalability. Vertically, you're going to increase the capacity. Second is called the horizontal scalability. So in horizontal scalability, what you can do, you can increase the number of instance. So here See here, if I'm going to increase the number of instance, so as of now, I have single instance available. So if you're going to increase the number of instance, just maybe for one day or for always, if you're going to increase the number of instance, that will be called the vertical scalability. Sorry, horizontal scalability. So this is horizontal scalability on demand, and this uh, scalability you can implement manually plus through automation also. Whenever there will be more requests, it will increase its capacity or it will increase its number of instances automatically. Technically, that is feasible. So because of this, also lots of companies are, and it's totally automated process. Now, third is the economics. So to run a company, guys, public cloud computing is very costly for individual. Maybe for me and you, it's a very costly, but for the end users, this is cheaper. So sorry, for the corporates, it's a cheaper. For me and you, it's a very costly. Now, why is the and now in this pandemic situation, you can see since last 2 years, most of the people are working from home. And if you remember, April 2020, when TCS announced that before 2025, 70% TCS employees will work from home, and now this is going to be trend in almost all the companies. In future, 70% people will work from home, while 30% people will visit office, maybe on rotation shift or somehow any other way. Now, so if and suddenly you can see now in India also almost all the companies are paying good salary to their employees. Why? The reason is operation cost. Suddenly operation cost reduced up to 80%. For the corporates, operation costs reduce up to 80%. So, and just example, Azure Technology Limited, where 140,000 people are working. Even in one sector, Noida, 126, thousands of cabs were running. Earlier, thousands of cabs were running 24/7. But nowadays, how many cabs are running? Maybe few, maybe 5, 10, 20, 40. That's it. But earlier, thousands of. Even if people will not go office, most of the people will not go office, there will not be operation costs. So operation cost will be reduced. And here you guys can do whatever you want with the best performance, best features from anywhere. So now in India also, that is going to be trend in IT. There will not be any cooling charges, office charges, operation cost, and many more. So for guys, companies, that's a very much economical. One more thing. Before this, I'm going to show you something. So here in public cloud computing, guys, solutioning is very important. Even it's important everywhere, but in public cloud computing, whatever the solution you are going to recommend, make sure it should be trusted one. So there's a use case. The use case is, suppose, although this use case I'm covering every time. So here, suppose you are working for a customer. Customer name is Glaukos, okay, or American Express. Suppose guys, you're working for American Express or Dabur India Limited. Suppose my customer is Dabur India Limited. So guys, once again, Dabur India Limited. Suppose Dabur is running, this is a FMCG company, not only FMCG, they're running their business in different segments, but it's a majorly in FMCG. So if FMCG company, they have more than 400 websites. Overall, they have more than 400 websites. Now suddenly, what happened? Dabur decided to move lots of website web applications from on-premise to cloud computing. As of now, suppose they're running the on-premise ecosystem, now they decided to move lots of projects from on-premise to cloud computing. So this is very simple use case. The use case is your customer is planning to migrate their applications from on-premise to cloud computing. Use case is very simple, but in public cloud computing, against this use case, what you can do, you can provide multiple solutions. I'm talking about the solution now. So guys, solution number one. One second, guys. Okay. So solution number one. One second, I have to close this. I lost the control on this. Okay. So guys, against this problem, what I can do, I can design 4 different solutions or 4 solutions. I'm going to tell you how exactly you can. Now, So what was the use case? The use case was you were working for a customer, Dabur Intel Limited. Now customer decided to move all their applications from on-premise to cloud computing. Okay. Now, so as I told you, against this problem, there will be multiple. So as suppose they have 100 applications. Suppose they have 100 application. All the 100 application you have to migrate. Okay. Now, and out of 100, suppose guys 20 applications are static SPA or branding websites. Out of 100, suppose 20 applications are single page application. Single page application doesn't mean that there will be one page only. So 20 applications are maybe branding website supporting serverless architecture, or it's just a simple static website. So if any website which is static or SPA or branding website, so what you guys can do, you guys can migrate all these type of website from on-premise to cloud computing. And here Microsoft is offering a service. Here Microsoft is offering a service. This particular service is running on a PaaS model. PaaS means platform as a service. So if you're going to provide any service on top of the platform, so here underlying software hardware will be maintained by Microsoft, or most of the things will be maintained by Microsoft. Only you have to focus on the application and data. So here what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is offering this solution on a PaaS model, PaaS. And here in this case SLA will be SLA will be 90.99% and total 99.16 times 9%. Cost will be, running cost to run this website, the cost will be 1 rupees and 50 paise per GB per month. And name of the service is storage account. So guys, storage account is the name of the service. Although this is multi-purpose service, but if you are planning to run a static website, any static website, SPA or branding website in a very low cost, that also you can use here. In this condition also, you guys can use the storage account. Even if you want, I will show you today. Okay. Now, what you can do, suppose this is my website. Earlier it was running under on-premise ecosystem. Now I migrated from on-premise to here. Okay, suppose in on-premise, this was my website. It was running since long time, but now I migrated here. So guys, this solution, see, this problem is one, but this is the solution that I'm talking right now. This solution will come under PaaS model. And to run this type of application, you have to pay 1 rupees 50 paise per GB per month, which is almost nothing. Even if the size of the website is less than, I mean, it's maybe 50 MB. So what you can do, in 1 rupee and 50 paise, you guys can run 20 websites. 1 rupee and 50 paise, that will be storage cost. Running cost will be 30 rupees. So total in 31 rupees, you can run maybe 10-20 websites if it is static. So if your website is accessible up to 1 million times per month, then you guys can provide this solution. This is one of the cheap and best solution with a higher availability and best performance. Now, second is, if any website, suppose here,
I have one question here.
please.
What does mean by SLA?
Okay, so anyone, any idea what is SLA?
Is it
Anyone,
service
any
level
idea?
agreement? Yeah, it's a service
Okay.
level agreement and it's uptime availability of the service.
Perfect. So whatever the services you are going to provide is available 90% time, 98% time, or 99% time. So the service that Microsoft is offering here, this will be available up to 99.99, total 16 times 9%, means almost 100% time it will be available without delay, without downtime. Okay, and in this case, you no need to worry about the infrastructure. It will be auto-maintained, self-maintained by Microsoft. You have to focus on the data only. Just focus on the data. Rest of the things will be maintained by Microsoft through automation in background. Okay, so this is the one. So if suppose I have 20 static applications, so what I can do, all 20 applications I can migrate here. Now, similarly, suppose I have 30 applications. These applications were developed in Java, PHP, Python, AngularJS, Node.js. So if any dynamic application you are planning to migrate, so what you can do, Microsoft is offering another service. Suppose total I have 60 this type of applications, 60 dynamics applications, dynamic apps. And maybe these applications are developed in Ruby, Python, Java, sorry guys, .NET Core, .NET Core. There are two .NET available in market. One is .NET Core and the second is .NET Standard. .NET Core is running on the Linux and Windows both, while .NET Standard is running on the Windows only. Okay, or PHP. So guys, if any application which you are planning to migrate, if these applications are written in all the programming language or in any programming language, so what you can do here, Microsoft is offering another service. This service also come under PaaS model. The service which is offered by Microsoft here, this service also come under PaaS model. But here you have to pay more monthly. You people have to pay more amount to Microsoft. And here this service also come under PaaS model. PaaS model. Name of the service is App Service Plan. App Service, and here and one more supporting service will be used, which is called the ASP, App Service Plan. And SLA will be here. SLA will be 99.99%, but cost will be higher. So here, guys, minimum of the cost will be 3,400 rupees per month, and maximum it can go up to 64,000 rupees per month. Remember, in the first use case, you are supposed to pay only 1 rupees and 50 paise, including everything. If you're going to access your application millions of time, then you have to pay only 31 rupees. But here you have to pay up to 34,000 rupees per month, minimum 3,400, maximum 64,000 rupees per month for each instance, depending on what size you're looking for. So guys, suppose I have 60 applications, those were dynamic, and maybe these applications were written in .NET, PHP, Python, AngularJS, Node.js, Ruby, Java, or any other platform. So all these applications you guys can move here. Okay, so problem is one, but you can see here we can provide two different solutions against same problem. Now, third is, if any application, suppose any legacy application here, suppose you have 10 legacy applications which were developed in 2005, and now you are not planning to, you don't want to move these applications in the past. You want to get more control over the data and application. You are ready to maintain your network, you are ready to maintain your machine and everything you want to maintain by own. Then what you can do, you can create a machine here. Just go create a VM, and there are multiple services you have to use, but core services I'm talking. So you have to create a VM. Suppose this is one of my VM in cloud. You can create a VM. On top of this VM, what you can do, you can move your application from on-premise to cloud computing. So now in the first two cases, we don't require a VM, but in the third case, what we did, I need a VM also. The reason, suppose I'm planning to get more control over the application data, underlying software and hardware. Then what you can do, you can create a VM. On top of it, all the legacy applications or whatever the application you have, that you guys can migrate it. Okay, this is the third. This is your VM, and this is the website. Okay, and this particular solution will come under IaaS model, infrastructure service. So infrastructure service means here underlying software, hardware, patching will be maintained by you. Backup, disaster recovery, patching, underlying software, hardware will be maintained by you. You people will get more control, but you need a manpower to maintain it. But here in these two cases, you don't need a manpower to maintain it. It will be self-maintained by Microsoft. And here this solution will come under IaaS model. IaaS. Here SLA will be lower, guys. SLA will be maximum 99.95%. This is the maximum SLA you can achieve, 99.95%. If I'm talking about the pricing, so guys, pricing will depend on what type of configuration you are looking for. The pricing may start with the 6,000 rupees, although it start with 400 rupees also, sorry, 600 rupees also, but it's not used in production environment. It start with the minimum 6,000 rupees and maximum it can go up to 7 lakh rupees per month, guys, per month. And this particular solution, and here in this case, if I'm talking about whatever the different services you have to use, so you have to use these services like VM, network security group, PIP, AV set. If you have multiple instance, then load balancer, VNet, subnet, network interface, disk, etc. So guys, in this case, you have to maintain lots of resources also. While here you have to maintain one service. That's it. Now, fourth is lots of people who are more interested in .NET or only in .NET or SharePoint. Maybe any application which were developed earlier, it was developed using Azure SDK, Azure Software Development Kit. So if any application which is already developed in Azure SDK, in that condition, what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is providing or they are offering a dedicated ecosystem for the .NET developers. That is also come under PaaS model. So this solution will also come under PaaS model, and but with a little lower SLA. In this case, SLA will be little lower. So here, maximum SLA you guys can achieve is 99.95%. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here name of the service here. This also come under PaaS model. SLA will be lower, 99.95%. Pricing will be around 6,000 rupees per instance. 6,000 rupees per instance. Okay, this is pricing, but here what is the condition? If any application which was developed using Azure SDK, apps developed using Azure Software Development Kit, maybe any classic application that were developed using SDK only. So all these applications you guys can migrate here. So see guys, the use case was very simple, but you can see against against this use case, we have four different solutions. Even this is just a glimpse. Again, each solution will have its own wide level, L2 level of designing. So these will be also covered in the course. Means against one problem, what were the different possibilities? How to design the solution? How to design the L2 level, L3 level design? So all these will be covered in the course. So keeping all this suggestion in mind, what Microsoft did, Microsoft is offering three deployment model. So or three cloud model they're offering. So in this deck, you can see I have four columns available. The first column or the first pipe is showing you what is your role under on-premise. So guys, in on-premise ecosystem, you people are maintaining, your company or your team members are maintaining everything. Everything means application, runtime, data, middleware, operating system, virtualization, server, storage, and network. Everything is maintained by you people in private cloud or in on-premise ecosystem. While if you're moving in public cloud computing, Microsoft is offering three deployment model. So one is called the AS model. AS means infrastructure service. So in this case, if you're using the AS model, so here application, data, runtime, middleware, and operating system will be maintained by you, and virtualization, server storage, and network will be maintained by Microsoft through automation. The best example of the AS model is the VM. So if any solution you are going to provide on top of the virtual machine, that will go under AS model. The second is PaaS model. In this case, you don't require the VM. In this case, guys, you don't require the VM, and you have to focus on the application and data. In this case, everything will be self-maintained by Microsoft through automation. Just focus on the application data. Example, app service plan, logic app, Azure function, uh, and cloud services, SQL Azure, and many more. So there are lots of services, hundreds of services offered in PaaS. So if any service that is coming under PaaS model that you're going to use, you have to write less code and you'll get more feature. Okay. Now the third is the SaaS model. So in case any service which come under SaaS model, if you're going to use it, it will be available as a out of the box solution. It's just a ready-made solution. Just go and use it. In case you feel you want to customize, customization is possible. The example of it is Power BI, Azure Active Directory, Office 365, Dynamic 365. These are the best example of the SaaS model, as PaaS and SaaS. As of now, in case any one of you have any question related so far, then guys, please unmute and ask your question. The session will take total 2 hours. I mean, right now it's I think 11 o'clock. Yeah, so it will take 50 more minutes. Even there are lots of things I'm going to cover today. Now, no question?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
So, like you covered about scaling, like vertical and horizontal. So, on what basis a decision is taken whether to scale horizontal or vertical? What is the technical things I
Okay.
want to know?
Okay. There are multiple. See, matrix wise, if you're asking, there will be multiple metrics depending on the project to project. So for the time, I'm going to remove it. So one example. Suppose, guys, your name is Rajiv, right?
Yes.
Rajiv.
Yeah.
So one question I'm asking you. Suppose I have two different situations. See here. Suppose in one project, suppose I'm working in two different projects. Project is ABC, and this is XYZ project. XYZ. Now in ABC project, I'm running a machine. The machine configuration is 64 CPU and suppose 300 GB RAM. 300 GB, sorry, 64 CPU, 300 GB RAM and SSD. Okay. In second project, what I'm using, I'm using four machines. Mm, four machine with the lower configuration. This is machine number one. Okay. On top of this, I have set up same application. Maybe application are developed in Java, PHP, Python, or doesn't matter which technology it is using. Okay, 1 second. Why I'm filling colors? Anyone, any idea? Every time you see, whenever I'm designing something, I'm filling colors.
To highlight the difference between.
Uh, to make it more interactive, if I'm going to draw in black colors, so normally people are not able to focus. They're not, I mean, some people, yes, but not 100%. To for the better focus, even for the segregation, I'm filling the color so that easily you can focus. Okay, so now if you see here, I have four machines. So in this case, each machine size is suppose 16 CPU, only 16. Sorry guys, it's not GB, it's a CPU. Sorry, my mistake. CPU. Okay, so 16 CPU and 75 GB RAM and SSD. Now, Rajiv, one question to you. Uh, which configuration is better? The X config. I mean, where you'll get the better performance, ABC or XYZ?
ABC.
Anyone else?
I
No,
say
again, it
XYZ
depends. It depends
because
upon the load and all.
See, guys, 1 second.
um,
Here,
I mean
what I do?
considering the load also.
Okay, 1
like
second.
like you said, during certain interval the load is much, and then depending on that you can decide which, and then after that you can move back
Okay,
to the normal uh,
okay.
machine.
Rajiv, what are the outer circle you can see? Actually,
Atul,
this is
what
my.
is your question?
1 second. Give me 1 second.
What is your question?
Well, 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm
Okay.
repeating my question again. Sorry. Anyway, so what is this? This is actual load balancer. Suppose, guys, this is your load balancer. Okay. Now, on top of this machine and this machine, here we have deployed an e-commerce application. E-commerce application. This is my e-commerce application, and same e-commerce application is running here also in X. Okay, same application. Okay. Suppose, guys, here thousands of people are accessing the e-commerce application. Suppose this is naukri.com or xyz.com or whatever. Now, which is the better ecosystem? My question is, here I have company name is ABC. In this ABC, this is my network, or you can say this is my availability set. In this availability set, I'm running a single instance. On top of single instance, I'm running a website. Okay. Now, again, this availability set, I have created a load balancer. This is public facing load balancer, PLB. And now, whenever thousands of people are requesting, it's giving the response to the end user. The configuration of the machine is 64 CPU, 300 GB RAM, and premium hard disk. Similarly, the other company XYZ, same applications are available, but in 4 different machines. So here we have the 64, here 16 GB, 16 CPU. So actually 16, 16, 16, 16 totals. Configuration wise, both are same. So here we have the 4 machine. If you are going to add the configuration of the 4 machine, will be the same, exact 100%. Commercially also it will be 100% same. There will not be any changes. So my question is, which is the better ecosystem? Which you guys will prefer to go with? ABC or XYZ?
XYZ.
Your name? Who said XYZ?
Karthik.
Karthik. Why XYZ?
For example, if ABC for a few users comes, so once they provide the output and the machine will be ideal. But here in the XYZ, so once provide the output and other machine will take a load, something like that. It won't be a restless. So it's load balancing between all servers. So even in case if one server is down and one application is down, then rest of the server or application will take the load in the second solution XYZ.
Perfect.
But in first machine, yeah, if application is down for entire users.
Perfect. So guys, in the first use case, in the use case number 1, see, pricing wise, in default situation, it will be 100% same. But here, if you're going to optimize the pricing, here you can optimize, while optimization will not be easy here. So availability wise, here you'll get better availability. Here, maybe you'll get 99.95%, but here maybe 90%, 93%, 94%. But you cannot achieve 99.95% exact. Here you can achieve, here you cannot. So here there may be a downtime also. In the first case, pricing wise, you have to pay same amount, but performance wise, it can handle less number of people, less number of requests. So maybe here per minute, suppose it can handle 200 requests. So this can handle maybe more than 200, maybe 250, 280 or 300 or 350. So here you guys can handle more requests compared to this one. Here there will be a downtime. The reason here the single instance is available. So in case of disaster, there will be complete downtime. But here in case of disaster, there will be partial downtime. Suppose there was a technical failure with this machine. So what will happen? Still you have 3 more instances available. The people will get the services. Even in case you feel you are planning to optimize pricing wise, you want to implement the scalability. So here there will be a downtime, but here there will not be a downtime. Plus, in case you feel whenever people are using support during the daytime, you are getting lots of traffic. So during the daytime, you can implement 4 machine, but during the night time, what you can do, whenever there is no request, there is no user. So what you can do, suddenly through the automation, you can decrease the number of instances. So what will happen? You have to pay 50%. And whenever in the morning, again, people are using it, what it will do? It will create 2 more instances automatically. So here, scalability will be more easy. Pricing you can reduce. Here you cannot reduce the pricing. Hope
So there
it
will
will
be a
be clear
difference
to
in price as well.
right.
AB
Definitely,
and
but default pricing will be
ABC
the
and
same. See, no, default pricing will be 100% same. But in case you feel you want to optimize the pricing through automation, here it's possible. While here it's not easy. So
okay. So
pricing, see,
if multiple
that is the
instance
solution.
is if multiple instance is created, we go for optimization, automatic optimization. So the price will change for that particular time, right?
Of course, of course.
Okay.
So totally, it's a depend. So totally, it's a depend your solutioning. So guys, against one problem, here there will be multiple solution. Oh, there are 2 things. If you're looking as an admin, then just focus on the implementation only. But in case you feel right now you are planning to start as an admin, later on in future you are planning to appear as an architect, or maybe any type of architect. So I would suggest you to go with the proper solution, 100% implementation and proper solution. The region during the interview, people are not asking what is this, what is that. They will give you some use cases. So if you have learned practically with a thorough implementation, including architecture designing, then it will be very easy for you to crack the interviews also. Very easy. Now, returning back to here again. Sorry, guys. So keeping this all the situation, what Microsoft did, Microsoft created multiple deployment model. Depending on your business requirement, you can go with the as, PaaS or SaaS model. Here, if you're going with the as model, you need a team, you need a monitoring, you need to hire employees, and you have to control modes of thing. I mean, with the less SLA, but high control. But here, things will be automatically maintained by Microsoft. Only you have to focus on the application and data, and here it will be out of the box solution, just ready-made solution. Just go and use it. Best example of as model is VM. Best example of a PaaS model is app service plan, Azure function, Logic app, SQL Azure, and many more. An example of the SaaS model is Office 365, Dynamics 365, Power BI, Azure Active Directory, and many more. Now, I'm moving ahead. So why companies are considering the cloud computing here? Movement and delivery is very fast. So guys, we have to wait to implement. One is the manual, and the second is automation. It's totally up to you whether you are more comfortable with the manual implementation or you are more comfortable with automation. Both options are available. You can use it. Normally, for beginners, a person who is going to start, they have to start with the manual implementation. Once you feel you're comfortable, you know how the solution is working, how to design the solution, then you can start with automation. Here with the Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing is economical. If you're going to compare pricing wise, overall, if you're going to compare the pricing wise, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than the AWS, but it's costlier than Google Cloud. Google Cloud is one of the cheapest public cloud platform available with good features. Not the best, but with good feature. Initially, when Google started the Google GCP to support their internal product like Google, Gmail, YouTube. But later on, they realized that if they are doing the same thing for themselves, then why not to sell the service in market also? So here, hybrid ecosystem, lots of companies are saying, hey, we don't want to move our application from on-premise to cloud computing or databases or something else. We are looking for the hybrid ecosystem. So for the hybrid ecosystem, Microsoft is having better region. The region is the multiple region. They have a big list of the partners. For example, suppose if anyone who is from Adobe or Adobe client, you can see 100% customers are using Adobe, 100% Adobe customers are using Microsoft Azure. If you see SAP, almost 100% customers are using Microsoft Azure. Region, Adobe, or SAP, these are the Microsoft partner companies. These are Microsoft partners company. Wherever the Adobe will sell their product, they will recommend the Microsoft only. Region, they have the better, you can say not agreement. Agreement is one thing. Better, communication or solutioning with Microsoft ecosystem. So these are the Microsoft partners. So in case you're looking for the hybrid connectivity, hybrid communication, just go with the Microsoft. Now, plus there are lots of additional advantages with the Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing. Although it's available everywhere, but I'm talking about the Microsoft only now. So here is a working of the pay-as-you-go model. In upfront, you no need to invest single rupee. Just use, and after 1 month, you have to pay. Next one is the no upfront cost. In upfront, you no need to invest single rupees. One more thing, billing will be per minute billing. Whatever the amount you have to pay against each minute. Suppose I created a website. After 1 minute, I deleted. So you have to pay for 1 minute. Maybe the charge is one paise, then you have to pay only 1 paise. Okay. No charges for the stock VM. If any solution you are providing on top of the virtual machine and that VM you have stopped, so for that VM you no need to pay anything. One more thing, huge infrastructure option. So, guys, let me mute my phone. So, what Microsoft is doing? Microsoft is having a big list of the data centers across the globe. As of now, we have more than 60 plus regions available, while in each region, minimum they are offering 3 data center and maximum 9 data center. 3 to 9 data center they are offering. I'll tell you how to design the solution. And if I'm talking India, so India, we have 3 locations available or 3 regions available. Region name is West India, Central India, and South India. Whenever I say South India means I'm talking about the Chennai. Central India means Pune, and West India means Mumbai. So Microsoft data centers presence available in 3 locations or 3 region. Region name is West India, Central India, and South India. Name of the cities are Mumbai, Pune, and Chennai. Now, how the system is working, let me show you how data center is designed. So what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is having 2 type of data centers or 2 type of region. Not, I will not say data center, I'll say 2 type of regions. So region number 1, that is called the type 1. Type 1. Okay. In type A data center or type 1 data center region, what Microsoft will do, suppose guys, I have, this is my region. Region name is South India. So you can see here, this is my region. Region name is South India. So in the South India region, what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft will give you 3 data center. It will be like this. And each data centers are internally connected. Now in type 2, it's a totally different. Type 2 is guys totally different. One second. Okay. Will take some time, guys. This is type 2. So here in type 2, they are offering the zone feature. So wherever the location size or region. So whenever guys I will say location or region both are same. Whenever I will say location or region, it means I'm talking, it's the same thing. It's not different. So in type A, what they have a region. In one region, they have 3 data center. So in one region, Microsoft offering 3 data center in type A, while in type 2, they have 3 zone. In one region there will be 3 zones. So you can see here, this is the outer boundary is the region. In this region they will offer 3 different zones. So this is zone A, zone A, zone B, zone C, and these 3 zones will be interconnected. Again repeating, whatever the zones they are offering, under each zone they will give you again 3 data center, almost 3 data center they're offering. So here this is zone A. In the zone A you'll get 3 data center. Okay, similarly in zone B also you'll get 3 data center. Similarly in C also. So this is type 2. In type 2 regions, what Microsoft offering? Microsoft offering multiple data center. In first they are offering multiple zone. In each zone they are offering multiple data center. So see guys, why I'm drawing, same I can explain verbally, but if I'm going to verbalize this, you people will forget maybe immediately or after 1 hour. That's why I'm drawing, so that easily you can understand and it will be retain your memory for the long time. For me it's taking time, but for you guys it's easy to understand. Now guys, so this is the type A. This is type A data center or type A region. So guys, here South India and West India. South India and West India. West India region is working like this. This is working like this. Now Pune location means Central India. Central India is working like this. So in Central India, so region name is Central India. Central India means I'm talking about the Pune guys. city is Pune. So in Pune, they have a region. In this region, they're offering three zones: Zone A, Zone B, and Zone C. In each zone, normally Microsoft is providing three data center. Data center number 1, data center number 2, data center number 3. DC1, DC2, DC3, DC1, DC2, DC3. And all these zones will be interconnected. So normally what happens, zones for the zone premise may or may not be common. Example, that will depend on the countries to countries, guys. Suppose the first zone is available in Greater Noida location, second available in Ghaziabad, maybe third is available in Delhi. There may be a case. So the distance between each zone can be maybe few hundred meter or few kilometer. It may be 2 kilometer, maybe 20 kilometer. It can be. It's a possible, guys. So the good part with it, because of the disaster, because of big disaster, maybe because of war situation, tsunami, earthquake, what will happen? There will be partial damage of the data. Suppose that a bomb dropped in the zone number A. So what will happen? All the three data center will be lost, but still you have some copies available in zone C and zone B also. So here it will give you higher SLA. Guys, here it will be give you low risk and higher SLA. While in this case, if one bomb during the war situation is one bomb drop on these data centers, so imagine what will happen. All the three copy, you guys will get all the three copy of it. I mean, you lost three copy here. It will be complete loss of the data. It may be a complete loss of the data. While in type B, this is the ecosystem Microsoft offering. Initially, with the 100% data location, Microsoft offering this type of design, but Microsoft is changing it. Even up to December 2021 in India, in all three locations, same design was available. But recently, I think it was December 2021 when Microsoft started the regional, I mean, zonal redundancy in India also. One second, Pune data center. One second. Central India. Azure region. Azure. One second. So, see here. See here, one more data center they are planning in Hyderabad also. So Microsoft launched the availability zone in Central India when 1 month ago. So I think it was December 2021 when Microsoft started this feature in Central India. As of now, Central India is working like this, and South India and West India is working like this. In this condition, in one region, the region name is this South India and West India. In this, we have three data centers: DC1, DC2, DC3. Here, region name is Central India, but we have three zones. In each zone, we have three data centers normally. As of now, in case anyone have any question, guys, please unmute and ask your question.
I have one question.
There is no zone in
Do we have an
type A.
interlink between
One by one, please.
yeah. There are three, regions are there, right? So is it they are interlinked together?
Yes,
Like,
it's a
for example, South India.
It will be. I will show you. Don't worry.
Okay.
I will show you. Yes, answer
Okay.
is yes. It will be interlinked. Zone region.
Okay.
Some of the region will be interlinked, and data center is definitely it is interlinked. Data center in one region will be definitely interlinked, but region will be also linked. Some of the region will be linked. That region is called the region pairing. I will show you. Don't worry. Now, I'm going to show you something. So,
Okay.
guys,
Is there any
just see this.
specific reason?
I will tell you. Give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes. I have created something for you. So this is the first session, guys.
Is there
Once again, from the next Saturday, when the classes will continue, from next Saturday, we are going to start the implementation. So now, before moving ahead, one thing I wanted to tell you, as I told you, Microsoft presence is available in more than 60 regions, and this is the list of the regions. And hopefully, most of you know how internet is traveling from one country to another country. It's a traveling through sea level optical fiber. To support the Microsoft data centers or regions, Microsoft are running two satellites. They are running two satellites and 60 plus regions are available, and now you can see these are lines. Actually, these are C cables, C optical fiber cables. So all the regions are interlinked. All the regions are for this is the internet cable. It's like this. C optical fiber. Actually, in C level, there are lots of companies are doing the research through research vehicle. They are mapping, that is called the C level, C mapping. Based on the mapping, they are planting these type of optical fiber cables, and through these optical fiber, your internet data is traveling from one country to another country. So what Microsoft is suggesting? Microsoft is suggesting to use the nearby location. For example, whenever a person who is new to the public ecosystem, public cloud ecosystem, normally what they're doing, they are creating everything in United States. This is very bad practice. Whenever you're going to create anything, you should create nearby your business location. If your customer is from United States, then you can create in US. But if your customer is from India location, then just provide your services or in India data center. Don't use US location. Region, if you're going to use the US region, internet will travel to more than 12,000 kilometers. So there'll be some latency. I will suggest you guys to use the nearby location so that you can get a better performance. So internet data is traveling from one country or from one continent to other continent through these type of optical fiber cable. Now you can see these are route. This is the optical fiber route. Here we have India. This is India. India, we have 3 locations available. In each location, we have 3 data centers offering. Now, see, these are the C cables. So this is the way they have designed. In case you feel you want to deep dive how exactly internally in the data center, how everything is designed internally, then what you can do, you can just dig into it and just go and see. Microsoft already defined what type of cluster, 3D view, they will give you a tour also. Data center tour, they will give you. So in case you feel, you just go and take a tour of the data center, how the system is designed. Now return back to your question. Okay, one more thing. As I told you, we are covering manual and automation both. Now, as most of you know, pricing wise, so there are 2 fee we are offering. One is without subscription, second is with subscription. So 15,000 without subscription, 20,000 including subscription. So in the second case, we will provide subscription from our side that you can use. In this case, you have to go with the trans subscription, which is provided by Microsoft. This you already know. Now from here, we are moving ahead. So guys, as I told you, in 2010, it was called as the Windows Azure, but now it's not called as the Windows Azure. It's called the Microsoft Azure. So again, there's a question. Normally, people are asking, what's the difference between initial version of the Azure and new version? So guys, this is the new version. So new version is working on the ARM model. ARM is Azure Resource Manager. So whatever you're going to create here now, that is a resource for you. So VM here in portal, they will give you a VM, they will give you a website, they will give you a database. So all these are the images. Through the image or through the service, whatever the instance you're going to create, the newly created instance will be called as the resource for you. So everything is the resource here. Whatever you're going to create, that is a resource for you. Now, this is the portal. Portal URL is portal.azure.com, while it was the classic portal URL, manage.windowsazure.com. And earlier it was working on the ASM model. Everything was treated as a service. Nowadays, Microsoft presence is available in more than 60 regions, while earlier it was available in 80 plus regions. We have hundreds of services offered by Microsoft, while earlier it was less number of services. Plus, earlier Microsoft were promoting internal product, but nowadays they are open for all. Doesn't matter whether you're from Java background, PHP, R, Python, Linux, or Windows ecosystem. You guys can use whatever you want. And this was launched in 2014, while Windows Azure started 2010 and retired in 2016. These are some of the differences in Windows Azure and Microsoft Azure. Now, coming back to the portal. So here, guys, what Microsoft is doing, Microsoft is running a portal here. So you can take a 3D view of it. Moving ahead. So guys, Azure is totally online platform. For this, you require a subscription. Without subscription, you can't achieve anything. Nothing. So here, I'm going to log in using my subscription. Okay. Now, so portal URL, if you notice what URL I typed here portal.azure.com. This is the URL. So the portal, the URL that I'm going to open, this is called the master portal. This is called the master portal. Through the master portal, in case you want to achieve anything manually or you want to achieve uh, through automation, both are possible. Manual and automation, both are possible. We have some other portal like aad.portal.azure.com. aad.portal.azure.com is Azure Active Directory.portal.azure.com. This is mainly used for the identity or Active Directory. This is the dedicated portal for identity management system. Similarly, we have another portal, sell.azure.com. This portal is used for the automation purpose. If case you feel you want to achieve everything through automation, just use this portal and write the automation code. So this is for automation. This is for manual and automation both. We will cover all. I mean, most of the time we will focus on the master portal, but sometime, yeah, we'll focus on the automation and AD also. So these are the, I mean, there are some other sub portals available, but these are some of the famous portals. So this is the master portal. In 99% time, people are using this one. Yeah, in 1% time, yeah, these are sub portals will be used. Now, what is portal? Portal is used here. We don't have anything offline. So Microsoft is providing a portal. So for you guys, just understanding, you can say this is just like a website. Okay, so this is the location or website where you guys can create anything, you can build, you can manage, you can monitor, you can deploy your databases, network, application, web API, microservices, or something else. So this is just a hub. This is just a platform where all the services will be available. Okay, I already shown you. Now, one more thing. Whenever you people will provide any solution to your customers, normally customer is asking, hey, whatever the solution you are providing, against this solution, how much I have to pay? This is one of the big questions. So whenever any customer is asking how much you have to pay. So guys, this is the automation. This is platform for automation, and this is for manual. And whenever any customer is asking how much you have to pay, so for this, Microsoft is running another portal, which is called the Azure Pricing Calculator. Azure Price Calculator. This is the pricing calculator. Suppose guys, you're working for American Express. Your customer asks that they are looking for multiple databases, a load balancer, a traffic manager, multiple website, maybe Kubernetes services, Cosmos DB, ADLS Gen 2, or something else. Suppose your customer is looking for some services. So first service they're looking for Azure function. Okay. Second service suppose they are looking for lower configuration 100 machines. Suppose they are going to set up a call center. So what they're looking for? They're looking for 100 machines or 500 machines. Sorry, 500 machines of lower configuration. Okay, and they're looking for 2 more server also. 2 server with a higher configuration. So click on the view button. Just select your location. Select you're looking for operating system on Windows or Linux. Suppose I'm looking for the Linux environment. Linux, then in Linux, what you're looking for? You're looking for the SQL Server on top of the Linux, SUSE, Ubuntu, Red Hat, CentOS, whatever you're looking for, you can go with it. Now, suppose I'm looking for 100 Linux machine with a lower configuration. Okay, 500 Windows machine and 100 Linux machine with the lower configuration. Total 600. Now I'm looking for 2 Windows server also. Windows server or Linux server, whatever. Suppose they're looking for Linux server. How many? 2. Okay. And configuration, I'm looking for the higher configuration. Suppose I'm looking for 64 CPU, 256 GB RAM with a premium hard disk. So for these 2 machines, monthly you have to pay $5,000. So there are multiple payment option. One is called the pay as you go model. In this case, you have to use and pay after 1 month. So ideally you have to pay this amount. But if you are giving us guarantee to Microsoft that you will use at least for 1 year. So in this condition, Microsoft will give you 41% discount. So this is called the reserve policy. reserve policy. So in reserve policy, Microsoft will give you 41% discount. So finally, you have to pay 3,000. Now, if you're saying you will use this server at least for 3 years, then in this condition, you have to pay only $1,900. Guys, in this case, you have to pay only $1,900. Okay, $1,988. Now, what else? Suppose in your solution, you're planning to run one or two websites also. Suppose I'm planning to run two websites also. Yeah. So $109 per month I have to pay. Now I'm planning to run 20 static websites. How much? 20 static website on top of the storage account. So I'm looking for 1 GB space. For 1 GB space, how much you have to pay? 2 cent, means 1 rupees and 50 paise. Only 1 rupees and 50 paise you have to pay for this. I'm looking for load balancer also. Suppose I'm looking for load balancer. So guys, Microsoft offering two type of load balancer, public load balancer, public facing load balancer, and internal load balancer. And they have two tier also, basic and standard. So in case of basic load balancer is free of cost, while standard load balancer is payable. Here you have to pay around $22, I think. $23.25 you have to pay. Suppose I'm going with the basic load balancer. Now, finally, I'm going to create the estimate. So these are some of the things I'm looking for. Okay, now I'm going to click on the export button. Here, in case you are looking the budget in dollar, then you can go with it. Otherwise, from here you can change the currency also. Now, finally, guys, this is the estimation. You're going to set up a call center with hundreds of machines. In the call center, or 500 Windows machine, 100 Linux machine, 2 server, 2 website, and storage, Azure function, and some other resources you're looking for. So including everything, you have to pay this amount monthly and yearly. This is the cost. So guys, whenever any customer is asking that what are the solution you have provided against your solution, how much they have to pay. So this is one of the platform from where you can calculate the pricing. Hopefully it will be clear so far to everyone. Karthik? Puneet?
I have one question. I mean, I didn't understand. Is it an upfront cost in the sense that like an
No,
advance?
no, it's not upfront cost. There are two options. One is upfront cost. Okay, so there are two options. One is the pay as you go model. Means if your customer is going to use it for 1 month, then how much they have to pay? Initially, multiple times I told you it's not working on the upfront cost. Just use and after that you have to pay. But if you're going to reserve anything, you're doing some agreement with Microsoft, then you have to pay in upfront. So in pay as you go model, you no need to pay anything in upfront. But in reserve policy, you have to pay in upfront, means monthly upfront. Hope it will be clear. Region over there, Microsoft will give you up to 79% discount. 70 up to 79% discount service to service. So if you're going to reserve for long duration, you will get discount also. If you're not going to reserve, then you have to pay after the use, after 1 month. Hope it will be clear now.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's move ahead. So as I told you initially, so working on the subscription. Multiple times I'm repeating statement subscription. So again, a question is what is subscription and what's the difference between subscription and license? So guys, subscription is the ongoing charges. Just like I am assuming most of you are using Amazon Prime subscription. So how exactly is it working? Every year you have to pay 1,000 rupees and you're using for 1 year. So that is just that is subscription model, means it's not upfront. But in past, if you have purchased a Windows license, over there you are paying lump sum amount in upfront and there's no recurring charges. So here in subscription there will be recurring charges, there will be ongoing charges. The ongoing charges will be per minute, means if you're using anything for 1 minute, you have to pay only for the 1 minute. After that, suppose you decided that I will not use it, then you no need to pay anything. Suppose if you're going to create the subscription, then you no need to pay anything. Whenever you're going to use it, then only you have to pay. And subscription is supporting, normally the subscription is supporting multi-tenancy. It's supporting multi-tenancy and no upgradation charges. Normally in subscription, when it's auto upgraded, it will be auto upgraded, so there will not be any upgradation charges. While in licensing model, you have to pay a lump sum amount in upfront. For example, if you have spent $1,000 for Windows, whether you are using or not using, you have to pay. You paid and that's done. And in future, if you feel you are looking for any other version, again you have to reinvest. While here in upgradation, no reinvestment required. Here you have to reinvest. Here upfront charges, here is a pay after the use. Here's a multi-tenancy, it's not multi-tenancy. Here no upgradation charges, here there will be upgradation charges. Here if you are not using, then no need to pay. Here you have to using or not using, you have to pay. So this is the difference between subscription and licensing model. If I'm talking about the Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing, Microsoft Azure Cloud Computing is working on the subscription model. Hope this will be clear so far to all of you. We will conclude
Atul,
yeah, please.
which type of model they are using? A lot of company are using the Azure. Which type of model they are using in the organization?
Subscription. Azure Cloud Computing is working on the subscription model. Most 99% services are available on subscription model, except few of them, like Active Directory. In Active Directory, we have 4 or 5 different type of license available, depending on that companies are paying. So that's why I said 99% cases is working on the subscription model. Even recently, one more model is being introduced, which is called the consumption model. So now it just started. So in the consumption plan, if you are going to create anything, then you no need to pay. Whenever you are going to use it, then only you have to pay. So here what happened, if you're going to create anything, the charges will be applicable whether you are using or not using. And here if you are going to purchase, you paid already. But in consumption plan, it's a third type of plan. Over there, suppose you have created, if you are going to create anything, you don't need to pay anything. Whenever you're going to use, then only you have to pay. Suppose I use for 5 minutes, then you have to pay for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, people are not using, then you don't need to pay anything. So sometimes subscription will be cheaper, sometimes consumption plan will be cheaper, depending on. But that is, I mean, that is about to start. I mean, in some of the services they already have started, but as of now, implementation is going on. Okay, now
Uh,
subscription. Yeah, please.
Sorry, Atul. For example, if I'm subscribe IAS, so one of the VM, okay. So on top of that, shall I use that licensed volume licenses? For example,
Okay, so
I subscribe VM. On top of that, shall I use? I already have volume licenses. So shall I use that?
you can, if you want to use, you can use it. In that condition, Microsoft will reduce the 79% cost. 79% cost will be reduced. Up to, I will not say exact 79, but yeah, up to 79% cost will be reduced. So guys, if you are using any Windows license already, maybe Visual Studio, maybe SQL Server, maybe Windows license, then Microsoft will reduce your cost up to 79%. Clear? Depending on the service to service.
Yeah, fine.
Service to service or
Is there
version to
any
version.
scope? Is there any scope for the subscription?
Scope means what?
Hello?
Scope means
Scope in the sense, for example, say, let me explain. So I'm a developer in a company. So they have been subscribed. Okay. So I have a subscription. So some services I can't consume because you have not been subscribed for that service. So like that, few problems we are facing. So is that having any scope?
yeah. So, okay, let me tell you. So what Microsoft is doing, first Microsoft is offering multiple type of subscription. Here I have listed 6 famous subscriptions. Normally what is being used. So one is the trial subscription. I'm assuming you're using trial subscription. So if you're using trial subscription, so trial subscription will be valid for 30 days only. with a very limited feature. You cannot do lots of things, or everything will be available, but you cannot use everything. The reason here, in this condition, Microsoft will give 14,000 rupees. This 14,000 rupees will be valid for 30 days with a limited feature, means everything you cannot use. You can use limited features, limited services. Same with the student subscription. So student subscription, Microsoft is giving $100. They will give $100 with a limited feature, and this will be valid for 1 year. Normally it will be valid for 30 days, while this will be valid for 1 year. Third is the for the partners. So earlier Microsoft was providing the MSDS subscription to their partners. So earlier they were giving 3,400 rupees, 7,000 or 10,000 rupees per month to their partner for the POC purpose, so that they can do a POC. But nowadays they are not providing this type of subscription. Now, MSDN subscription. Fourth is the Beach Park or startup subscription. So earlier Microsoft running a program, it was called the Beach Park, but nowadays Beach Park is replaced with the startup program. So if you're going to start a new company, so what you guys can do, you can register your company under Microsoft Beach Park or startup program. So that time Microsoft will give you lots of benefit up to 5 years, but after 5 years you have to pay to Microsoft. You have to check with Microsoft right now what are the different benefits they are giving. Third, in production environment, pay-as-you-go subscription will be used. So in 99% cases, people are using pay-as-you-go, especially in the production environment, 100% it will be used, pay-as-you-go. So here you will get all the features. Whatever the services are available, you can use it. For example, if you're looking for 10 machines, Microsoft will not allow you to create 10 machine, but here you can go up to 10,000 in one subscription. You guys can create up to 10,000 servers or machines. Here there will be limit, everywhere there will be some limit, but here there will not be any limit. You can go up to maximum number. So in production environment, you guys will get all the feature. In other type, you'll get limited features. Like these two are one type, and these two are second type. So this is for the partner and for professional. So one more type is MST or MVP. So if you're Microsoft certified trainer or MVP, so for MVP or MST or Microsoft is giving 10,000 rupees per month credit for the POC purpose, so that they can learn something new. So this is just a program. So if you already have registered, uh, even from 2016 to 2020, I was MST, but later on I haven't renewed my MST. So if you're going to register in MST, or if you're going to if you're MVP, then they will give you 10,000 rupees per month for 1 year, and this is for the long time. This is for 1 year, and this is pay as you go, where you'll get all features. And this is the low. This is for the beginners. So if you're from college, you can start with $100. If you are going to register as a trial subscription, they will give you 14,000 rupees. That will be valid for 30 days with a limited feature. So these are some of the famous type of subscription available in market. Now you can ask your question if you have any.
Can you explain me again the MSDN subscription? Because I'm having
MST. Okay, you have MST. You have MST. Okay, so guys, Microsoft offering MVP or MST. MST means Microsoft Certified Trainer. So if you're they have program. If you're going to register the program, you're going to clear the whatever the basic requirement are. If you're going to clear, then they will give you one subscription which will be valid for 1 year. Every month they will give you 10,000 rupees credit. It's a $150 credit. Depending on the year to year. Earlier they were giving $100, but nowadays I think they're giving $150. So they will give you 10,000 rupees credit per month for 1 year, but every year you have to renew it. And if you are MST, then they will give you some discount. Suppose you are going to clear you're planning to clear one of the new certification or any certification, they will give you certain percent of discount also. So lots of people are having the MST. So if you're MST, then this subscription for you, and you'll get 10,000 for 1 year. Now, data center region. So this I already told you. So guys, Azure region is the region is the set of data center. Means in one region there can be multiple data center. So I already told you we have two type available, type A and type 2 region. In type A region, in one region you'll get 3 data center. In type B region, you'll get in one region you'll get 3 zone A, zone B, and zone C. In each zone you'll get normally 3 data center, So guys, if somewhere the zone feature is available, so normally you'll get 9 data center in one region. If zone feature is not available, then in one region you'll get 3 data centers.
Atul, suppose zone 1 will be down, then we are getting the data from zone 2 or zone 3.
Yeah, depending on how you have designed your solution. Again, how you have designed your solution. Normally, in the past services, definitely you'll get the services from the zone 2 or zone 3. But in case, as you know, in case of infrastructure service, you have to, and that will be controlled by you people. So you have to design your solution in a such a way so that one more copy should be available in another zone. So that in case of disaster, the services should start automatically from the zone 2. So that's why lots of companies or in lots of projects, people are preferring to go with the as model. In other type of project, people are preferring to go with the PaaS model. So if you feel you are ready to handle everything, then you can go with the as model. If you want to rely on the Microsoft, you want Microsoft to maintain it everything automatically through background in automation, then you can go with the PaaS solutions. And in real-time situation, in the same project, maybe as and PaaS both will be used. We are covering both. PaaS
Okay.
and lots of two services from the SaaS also. Now, region pairing. So I think initially someone was saying these locations are interlinked or not. So answer yes. Microsoft is offering a concept which is called the pairing. Pair. So what happened? Let me show you something. So this I'm going to delete. Give me 1 minute, guys. This is map of India. Okay. So I'm drawing in paint, so guys just ignore. I know it's not so good. So guys, this is region name is South India, SOUTH, South India. City is Chennai. Okay, and this is region, this is another region. Name of the region is Central India. Central India. City name is Pune. Okay, and this is another region. Region is West India. Okay, Mumbai. So what happened? There's a rule. There's a policy. Policy number one: for the pairing, for region pairing, location, the distance between two locations should be minimum 300 miles. Minimum 300 miles, and you know, in 1 mile, I think 1.5 kilometers. So the distance between two data regions should be minimum 450 kilometers. And what is distance between Mumbai and Pune? Around 200 kilometers. So here pairing is not possible. So what happened? Mumbai is connected. Mumbai location is connected with the South India. 1 second. And South India is connected with the Central India. The region, why? The region is, 1 second. The region is, the distance is more than 450 kilometers. As per the rule, the distance should be minimum 300 miles, means 450 kilometers. So here, whatever the data you are maintaining here, for you, this will be data center. Suppose I'm using data center equals to Mumbai. Okay, so Mumbai will be your data center. And here, because of region pairing, so what you can do, you can create DR site, disaster recovery site you can create in South India, Chennai. Okay, you cannot create a DR site in Central India. You cannot create the DR site in Central India region that is not the paired location. As per the good, as a good practices, I would suggest you guys to create your DR site or disaster recovery site in in Chennai. And similarly with this, suppose if your DC is, so here I'm writing here, if DC, sorry, if DC is Mumbai, then DR should be Chennai. CHE. Okay. If DC is Chennai, then disaster recovery site will be what? Anyone, any idea?
Pune.
Perfect. It will be
Uh,
Pune.
Pune or Mumbai? I mean Delhi,
Pune.
Mumbai.
Pune only. No, in Delhi we don't
Pune.
have any region. So Pune, not Mumbai. Okay, not Mumbai. And if it is Pune, if data center is Pune, then disaster
Then
recovery site will be Chennai.
Chennai.
So guys, for Pune and Mumbai, for both of the region, DR site is Central or South India, while South India disaster recovery site is Pune. And I already shown you how exactly it's working, how the Microsoft designed the regions. So now again returning back to here. So okay, so see here, each Azure region paired with another region within the same geographic location. So what happened? Pairing is possible within the same geographic location. Suppose you are using Mumbai data center, so it doesn't, pairing is not possible in America. Pairing will be possible in same geographic location, means in India region only, regional India. Okay, and now these will be interconnected. These will be interconnected, and minimum distance should be 300 miles, means around 450 kilometers. So pairing is not possible in Mumbai and Pune. The region distance is less; it's around 200 kilometers only. So over there, pairing is not possible. And now, example, West US is paired with the Central US, Southeast Asia is paired with the East Asia, South India is paired with the Central India is paired with the South India, West India is paired with the South India. So this is the way it's working internally. Now, so one recommendation, okay, access layer, I will start from next Saturday. Now, recommendation. So guys, I would recommend you guys to use the nearby location. So if you're from India, use the Indian region. Don't use the US region. If you are from India, but your customer is from United States, your end users are from United States, then you can go with the US region. If you're India, your customer is from India location, then use the Indian location so that you can get a better performance. Otherwise, suppose your customer is from Delhi, you are from Chennai, and you are using your resources in United States. So internet the data will travel to 1,000 kilometers. There will be some latency, maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, but there will be. In production environment, it's not good practice. Now, how exactly we are learning? I'm starting with the use cases. So whenever I'm going to start anything, I'm starting with the use cases. Against that use case, I will create the architecture in live session. Against each topic, there will be some architecture. Against that architecture, I will implement each and everything, basic to advanced. I'm starting. So 94% time I'll spend on the practical implementation, 6% time on the use case and architecture designing. This is the way. Classes finally, I mean, today was the first session. So finally, regular session will start from next Saturday. Now, this is time for the question answer. If you have any question, you can ask. So from Saturday, portal overview, role, rights, access,
Uh,
and service implementation will start. Duration, per day classes will be
I
two and
have
a
one
half hours.
question. Can you
Yeah,
open the
please.
last? Yeah, can you
This
open
one,
the last paint that you have done? No, 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 not
last print.
no, no. Paint. That example you have shown, right? The mapping between the yeah here. Uh, Say for example, if a data center is Chennai, why can't the data recovery center be Mumbai? We can, right? I mean, it should be a possible run, right?
Actually, Microsoft created in a such a way. It's not my decision. It's Microsoft decision. Microsoft, as of now, Microsoft designed the system in a such a way that DR for South India, they for the timing they have created Central India. The region, Mumbai data center or Mumbai region is very small. Mumbai region is very small. So all, I mean, they have some capacity issue, they have services issue, and in Pune and Chennai, the locations are bigger. That's why they decided to go DR site in the Central India, not in Mumbai. Mumbai is very costly city, guys. For them to set up the location, to set up the environment, it's a very
Okay.
costly for them. Okay, so it's not my decision. It's Microsoft internal decision, guys.
Okay.
Now, finally, same classes will be continued from next Saturday. Duration will be 2.5 months with 94% practical implementation. Timing will be some morning time, 2.5 hours per day, Saturday and Sunday. Now it's time for the question answer. If anyone have any question, guys, unmute and ask your question. If you don't have any question, then we can conclude the session here. A recording I will
And
send after the completion. Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm talking about for recording. If you are sending the
You will
recording,
get
then I'll
recording. You will get recording. You'll get recording very soon. I mean, after the session, it will take around 45 minutes to complete the recording. Once it will get over, I will send you on your chat window. Even very
okay.
soon, I will create a WhatsApp group, and you guys will be the part of it. Okay. So registered members will be the part of the regular group. Anyway, so any other question if you have, then you can ask. Otherwise, we can conclude here.
No, thank you.
I have one more question. I mean, before, hello,
Yeah, Pramod.
hello.
Yeah, Pramod. You can ask your question. If you're
Yeah.
facing issue, you
I
can
mean,
directly call me on
before
my
going
number.
to the next session, is that yeah, sure.
Pramod,
I
call
mean,
me.
just one question.
Pramod,
So, from the
Pramod.
next class, before that, can we?
Pramod, I think there's some disturbance from your side. Do one thing, just ping me directly on my number. Call me at my number directly. I think there's some disturbance. I'm not able to
Sure,
hear.
And
sure.
what, Atul, what is the timing on the next week?
I'll tell you. Don't worry. Give me some time. It will be morning only. It will be morning only.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Not an issue.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.